welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope everyone has an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome to you too. Of course I hope you enjoy what you will see, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button. For today we're going to use the smaller tumbler tower blocks, and like a lot of you already know, you find the measurement for the bigger and the smaller ones down below in the description box. Here I have my container with everything inside, but the most important is just the simple wood glue. Just don't pay too much, just take a cheap brand. I have here my paint, and of course you can choose any color you like, and I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. These are the main pieces we need for this DIY. What we're going to make, we are going to make some lighted pumpkins, so we will see how this will turn out. You see already we have a lot of blocks on the table. We have 6 rows of 3, so 6 rows of 3, and we do some glue on the top over here, and very simple, row it together like this until one piece over here and over here, and just simply make kind of I think you call it a bowl, a straight piece, but I don't know if a bowl is always round or not in English, I don't know. But at least we're going to make a plank, kind of a plank out of it. And like I told you, you find in the description box, you find the measurement of our blocks. So you can also do the measurement of 3 blocks together, and you do the same white. And then you also can make it without the blocks. So you don't have to always use your blocks if you don't have them laying around. We're going to squeeze them until one piece, and over here. And over here, and we're going to get our wet towel because that's why he's wet, and then we're going to clean it up. And of course he still can go out of each other, but it doesn't matter, don't worry about it, and place it on the side, clean it up, and then gently turn it around, do the back side, and always go back. Make sure that you have a straight line because that's what you want. So you see already he goes out of each other. You just simply push it back on and don't place it on the side, and it will glue in a moment immediately, so don't worry about it. And again we're going to turn it, do the back side, over here, go back, make a straight line, place it on the side, and here the same, clean it up, do the back side, and again feel with your fingers, and again place it on the side. Now we have this one, and again clean it up, turn around and do the back side, and this way we're going to clean this one up, and again we're going to turn around, and we're going to feel with our fingers, and we're going to let all 6 of them dry in for at least 15 minutes. So now we have our 6 pieces of 3. We place 1 on the side, and we do some glue, not totally at the end, over here, just simply. And this one will be at the end, but we leave open a piece over here. We place it down. We get our second one, and of course we're going to place this one against here. And you can get your loose block and measure out that you have the same size every piece. And again you do some glue on this side, but this one will be again higher. So we do again over here some glue, and we place this one over here, but we leave this one open. So again, we place this one over here again, feel with your fingers that you have a nice straight line because that's what you want. And again, press it together like this. Now we get this one. We do some glue over here, and we leave the other piece, a piece open. And again, place it over here. Make sure that you have the same size that you have over here, then press it together. You do here this one, and this one will be on top. And we leave this piece open, and again, and I do it wrong, so I have to turn it around, of course, but it goes out of each other, but it doesn't matter, be easy. Place it over here, make sure that everything has a nice shape, and then you just simply squeeze all of them together and it will work fine. Again, this one on the side, and we do this one over here, and again place it over here, and then make sure that this one is over here, and then press it together. And we're going to let this dry in for at least maybe 10 minutes. So again, you see already a lot of blocks on my table. I have 10 rows of 3, so 10 rows of 3. And again, we're just going to glue some on the top, and we're going to place them over here and just make one line out of it. We do here the same, place it over here, and then just make again one piece. And this will be the sides of our pumpkin, and we just made the bottom, but the bottom will not be the bottom, that will be at the end, will be on the top. But you see that in a moment. And again, you just roll them together. It is a little bit of a task, but at the end, I hope it will look nice, but we will see. And again, this one, and this one. And then easy, place this one together. And over here, that's why I do only 10. We need more than this one. But of course, we will do this later. And again, we're going to place this one over here because I don't have the room over here anymore. So I'm going to go further on this side and over here and this one, because my mat is not that big. So again, over here and this one over here, and that's easy. We're going to squeeze them, and going to squeeze all of them this way to make sure that we have a nice straight line, just the same like we did with the bottom, which will be the top. And again, the last one, and I'm going to clean it up, but again, I'm going to do this very easy. Just do the tops, and again, it doesn't matter if it goes out of each other. You just simply clean it up, make a straight line, and again, go over it like this. And then you're going to place it on the side and make sure that you have it glued together before you're going to let this dry. And again, clean it up, turn it around, and then clean, of course, also your mat before you're going to let all of them dry. So I'm going to do the rest a little faster, but I won't bore you with that. So we placed our 10 pieces of 3 on the side, and now we have again 6 rows of 3. In total we need 16 rows of 3. So again, we do some glue on the top over here and just simply roll it together. And don't worry, I don't going to clean up this one together with you. I will do this faster, so don't worry, I won't bore you with that. So I'm just going to make the 6 rows of 3. So we have in totally 16 rows of 3. So again, the last one, and I'm going to press them, and of course then we're going to clean them. And this way, and this way, and number 5 and number 6, and we're going to clean them up and let them dry in for at least 10-15 minutes. So now we have our bottom, which will be of course the top, and we have our 16 pieces of 3. What we're going to do, we're going to look for that we have really the straight line before we're going to glue it against here. So make sure that you look that you have the straight line. So first we're going to place 5 of them over here, but we're going to make sure that we don't glue it over here. We're going to glue it with the length of the second one. So again, you just simply do some glue under here, over here, and you just simply glue it over here. You get another one, be sure that you have a flat one. You do some glue over here and you place it on the other side at the ending. Over here, you get number 3. And of course I have to look for that I have the straight line. This is this side. Will be in the middle of this one. A little bit to this side. And now we need another one. And we place this one in the inside. Of course I have to feel that this is a straight line. This is not, this one is the straight line. Over here, and we place it in between. Over here. Make sure that you have it where you want to have it. Make the same spaces in between. And again, feel with your fingers. This one is the flat side. Over here. And we place this one on this side in between. So don't worry, in a moment I will show it to you a little bit closer. I'm going to get my brush because with the towel it's not working. So I'm going to clean it. And I'm just going to remove the glue which is sticking out over here, and over here, and of course on the side. And we're going to let it dry in for at least a minute or 5-10. So you see already, this is how it's looking like. And now we're going to place this one on this side, and we're going to get another pieces of 5. And again, we feel with our fingers that we have the straight side. And again, we don't do it on the ending over here, but at the block number 2, straight with the line of the number 2. So again, do it over here. Of course, I need a little bit less glue. And again, we're going to press it together. We have to look for, this is a straight line. Of course, over here at the ending on this one, press over here and press over here. Now we're going to get another one, which is of course the flat side. Do some glue over here, and we do it in the inside. Another one will be in the between both of them, and again place it over here, and the last, and over here we place this one over here, and we're going to press it together. Make sure that you have the same space in between all 5 of them, and then we're going to get our brush, and we're going to go inside, and we wipe, you see already, wipe away the glue, but don't wipe away your piece, because that's not what you want. Again, just glue it back together, and again wipe away the glue, and over here and over here, and we're going to let this dry in for at least also 10 minutes. So if everything is correctly, you still have 6 over, and we're going to get of course the 6 also. We're going to do the flat side. We do some glue over here, and we just simply place it in the opening over here like this. We get another one. Feel with your fingers if you have the flat side, because that's what you want. And that's this one that glues better. And again, you simply, you can also do a little bit on the sides, because what glues, we always say. And we hope that it will fit inside. You never know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. So this one. And now again, another one which is flat. I have to look for this one is better. Over here. And on the sides. And this side. And then we're going to place this one at the ending in between. And of course, it's sometimes a little bit tricky, and you just need to work your way inside. Sometimes it's a little hard, but at the end you will get there. And now we're going to get the other one. Feel with your fingers if it is a flat side. No, this one not. So we have to do this one. And this one will be at the ending. And of course I need a little glue over here on this side. Okay, it doesn't work with me. And I have to place this one on this side. So place it straight up. Now we get some glue on this side. And on the outside. And then we hope we get it inside, in between. Of course, it's a little task to get it in, but we will get there. Just press it in. And now we get the last one. Also again, some glue over here. On the side. On this side. And again, you're just simply going to try to press it inside, and this works better. And now we have all the pieces inside, and we're just going to let this dry. So again, we have a lot of blocks on our table, because now we're going to make the bottom of our pumpkin, at least the underside where he will stand on. And this will be 8 rows of 4. So 8 rows of 4 is a little bit more than, because I want to have my bottom bigger than my top. And it will be looking a little bit like you have an enclosure on a cake stand. So you will see at the end what I mean. So we are going to roll it together until one piece. And number 3. And this is so easy to make, because here you don't have to look for if your blocks are straight or not, because you won't see it, because we do the same shape like we did with the top. And you see that in a moment, what I mean with that. But of course, you can change everything up when you are working. Things that you don't like, just skip it and just do your own fantasy and do your own thing which you like the best. And of course, I need to do some glue on this side and over here and the last. And you're just simply going to squeeze them until one piece over here and over here. And if blocks are not totally fitting, you also can turn them. Sometimes they fit better than if you turn them. So again, I'm going to squeeze it. Make sure you have a straight line, the best as you can. And again, we're going to give it a little moment and then we're going to clean it up and make sure that we have a straight line like this. So now we have our 8 pieces of 4. What we're going to do, place one on the side and we do some glue, but not again totally to the ending over here. We place it aside and we place this one over here. And we're just going to get our loose block again. Make sure that we have the same measurement in between. And we just simply squeeze it together. And now we're going to do this one. We do some glue over here. And we just simply place it over here. Make sure that we have our block in between. So we have the measurement we want. Squeeze it. Now we're going to do some glue on this one. Over here. And we place this one in the same length. Get your block. And then squeeze it together. We do this one. Over here. And we place it this way and we're going to get our block again because we want to be sure that we have the same measurement and then squeeze it. We do this one on the side. We do some glue over here and again place it over here. Get your block again and get it nicely fitting. We do here the same. Over here, place it down and we make sure that we have our block in between and then going to squeeze it, all of them together. And the last one, we do some glue over here and again we're going to get our block and we're going to squeeze it like this. And then we're going to clean it up, but squeeze it together before you're going to clean it because you don't want that pieces go out of each other. And always later go back and make sure that everything is sticking nicely the best you can. So now we have the bottom, we have the top of our pumpkin, and of course he will be unique, he will be nothing you see in the store, but of course that's always over here. We are having 3 sets of 3, and of course we need to glue them this way. And we have 1 set of 3 and we glue them on the smaller side. So with first one we're going to do this one and just roll it together, and here the same, roll it together. This one we do on the smallest line of the block, and again we're going to squeeze them this way. We're going to clean it up like this, get it off your table, do the back sides, and again make sure that you have a straight line and let it dry. You're going to squeeze them, you're going to squeeze and squeeze, and you're going to easy clean them up over here, get it off the table. And do the back sides. Here the same. Get it off the table, clean up your mat and do the back sides. And the last one. And again, we're going to clean up the back side and go back with all 3 of them. Just look if you have a straight line, and we only let it dry in for a half minute. Now we're going to place this one on the side. Over here. And I think I'm going to do the top also a little bit out of the side. So I need to glue not too much. So I'm going to go for this one to make a straight line over here, and I'm going to do this one a little lower. So I have the same shape I of course also have on the top side. I'm going to do over here. So I'm going to let this dry in, clean it up, and of course do the back side. And we're going to let this dry in. I was looking at mine and I miss one set of two, so I'm going to do one extra. Just simply squeeze it together this way. We're going to clean it up, turn it around, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do this one over here and not totally to the underside. And I'm going to glue this one on this side. And now I think for me, he has the shape I want to have it. So like this, and I'm going to let this dry. So now I have this one, but of course I was looking at this one. My point is I'm going to glue this on top of here to make a kind of, if you want to make a stamp for our pumpkin. But maybe I think I like it also a little bit better if I put them out of each other. And of course I also do this one a little below this one. So they have a little bit of a unique shape on their own. And we're going to let this dry in. So now we have our 1 of 3 and we're going to do some glue under here, and just make sure that we glue everything and then place it exactly in the middle where you want to have it. Like this, of course, you can go out of each other this way. And if you're happy with the shape, just press it down. So in the meantime, while this top is drying, it looks different. Of course, I know. We have 4 loose blocks and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loose blocks. First, we're going to do some glue on this one, and of course, what we're going to do is just place them on top of each other. We're going to squeeze them. We're going to clean them up. Oh, you see already? Clean it up, and over here, turn around, and turn around over here. Make sure that you have a straight line, and over here the same. What I'm going to do some glue on the top over here, and I'm going to simply glue this one together. Make sure that at least one of the sides has a straight line, because later you need to glue it on top. So, because this will be our stamp. And again, we're just going to turn around, clean it up, and again, we're going to press it together and feel with your fingers that you have a straight line on this side. What we're going to do with this one, we're going to place all of them on the side, this way, and this way. And the middle piece will be over here. What we're going to do, we do some glue on this side, and we place it a little lower. We do some glue over here, and we place it over here. Here the same, and place it over here. You can use, of course, some measurement. You can use some smaller side. You can use the wider side. So you can do anything you like. I go a little bit at my own taste. So I go a little bit like this. I'm going to get this one over here. And we go lower. And again, over here. And this one over here. And then just simply squeeze all of them together until one piece. And I think I'm going to go for this one a little extra. I think maybe, I don't know. I have to think about it. I'm going to let this dry in and then I'm going to look if I like the curly shape or not. So I was looking at my top, and of course you have, of course, also this piece of 7 like this, but I don't like it. And then the pole I think is much too high. So I'm going to break it. So I'm going to place this one over here, and I'm going to get a loose block which will be fitting next to this one. Of course, I have to look for which is the best, is this one, and I'm gluing an extra one on this side. So over here, just glue it over here, make it in a straight line like this. I show it you in a moment a little closer. So you have an extra over here. So this one has a double over here. And we're going to let this dry in. Make sure that the underside has a straight line. And I'm going to do one of the double block. You can look for which one has the same length. And I'm going to place this on top of here. You can do it this way. And you can do it the other way, and we're going to glue this later on top of here. And this one you still can, I don't know if you really can get it off each other, we will see. And or else you can use the blocks extra for another DIY. But I'm going to go and let this dry in for a little moment. So I'm going to get my double block, and of course I have the smaller sides on the top, and I'm going to glue this one over here in the middle of a little bit to the on your left, in the middle over here. And I'm going to get my brush, I'm going to wipe away the glue. And you see, this is how he's looking like right now, and here he is, if you see it on the side. And I'm going to give it a little moment, and then we're going to do some glue on this side. You can use, of course, also some hot glue. Then you don't have to keep it in place for a little moment, but of course you can do it just the way that I do. Just keep it in place, and then we're going to let this dry in. So now we have all the parts of our pumpkin, and I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to paint it. So you can choose any color for your pumpkin, of course. I do mine probably in the white, and the top maybe in brown or a little bit of the green. We will see how this will turn out. So you see already, this is how our stamp is turned out. I'm going to get my top, and I'm going to turn it over this way. I'm going to do some glue. Of course, I'm going to look from which side I like the best. And I'm going to do for this side, and I'm going to do some glue on the underside of my stamp. And of course, just very simple, just place it in the middle, just where you want to have it. Over here, maybe a little bit to this side. And if you're happy, then let it fall down and let it dry in for a little moment. And you see in a moment the quick impression of my pumpkin, lighted pumpkin. And you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tower Blocks lighted pumpkin, and I'm so happy how this one turned out. Of course, give your own twist on it, and I hope you really give it a try. Everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoyed it also, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button. Everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you all in the next DIY. Bye!
She makes my head spin like a carnival ride. Got a one-way ticket to the tunnel of love. I was down